it's so hard to let love unfold and stay. Humming the same song, never writing the words, and our wheels they keep on turning. Why don't we feel it embracing us? There was a time when magic opened up our eyes. Why don't we feel it embracing us? There was a time when magic opened up our eyes.
Stress begins with bad breath. Your breath, your breathing, actually. Dysfunctional breathing creates anxiety and uneasiness. You know how you feel when you breathe shallowly? Oh, you just kind of don't feel so good. You want to take deep breaths. Get some good habits going. Deeply breathe, do your yoga, life is good. I'm Jan, this is 316 Yoga, this is Piper, and this is your yoga from home. It's your body, do what's right for your body. Bottom of the screen says, and the little scrolling disclaimer at the beginning says, do what is right for you. If something hurts, don't do it. If you have some conditions that you've talked to your doctor about, and they say you shouldn't be doing this or that kind of movement, don't do it. But most of us can move a little bit more. And in this practice, you're gonna move, and you're gonna move your way. If something hurts, back out of it, don't do it. If it's uncomfortable, bear with it. Come on now, you can do it. You've done uncomfortable things in your life. Use your breath to get through the pose. It's a 1 hour long practice today. That's what we do every day. I practice live every single day, start to finish, no cuts, no takes. All the little errors and problems are just real because that's the way it is. We're gonna be like a real class. 1 hour long practice every single day. We keep the posts up on YouTube and Facebook for a while so you can catch them any time of day that you want to see them. And our practices are different. Today's is a Vinyasa flow class. And other days we do restorative and yoga plus when we incorporate bar and Pilates and weights and just other things. So, but it's all designed to work together to make you stronger, more flexible, and more mobile. That's the big thing. All right. Do what you can with what you got. The word to think about today is this one. It is work. Work. There you go. Work is the result of activity. Think good work. You did good work. You did it. If you want things to work, you've got to work them, like your knees, like your shoulders, like your thoughts. Let's work on those. All right, yoga is said to be the union of body, mind, and spirit. So, think about bringing all those things together with your positive thoughts. Let's come on up to standing. Grab your usual little props, a couple of yoga blocks, maybe your eye shade and a towel, maybe your strap if you want, and have some water nearby. Come on up to standing, and as you come up to standing, let's lock in a stress number in our mind. How is your body feeling? How's everything feeling? Just do a quick little once-over assessment and give it a number on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What's going on? And now take your confidence stance. Feet are about hip-width distance apart, hands to your shoulders. Send your elbows back and shoulders down. Now you could have a chair in your practice. You could be seated in your chair. do the same thing, but you just won't be standing. You'll send your chest forward. You could have a chair nearby for balance. It's all good. Just do something. Shoulders are back and down. Chest is lifted. Take a deep breath in. There's that deep breath. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Let it go. Make it audible. Breathe in through the nose. And release the stress through a big exhale. Exhales calm your body. It engages your parasympathetic nervous system, which allows you to calm down. All right, circle your shoulders to the back of the room. Just, kind of pretty quick. Circle them to the front. That kind of feels awkward, but just get them going in the opposite motion. And tell yourself, you can do yoga. Yes, you can. Say, I can do yoga. I can do yoga. I can do yoga. Yes, you can, because you define what it is. Circle your shoulders to the back. Circle them to the front. You define what you're going to do. You're just going to move, and that is your yoga. Breathe. All right, come to stillness. Take a deep breath in. Big sighing breath out. Now come up onto the balls of your feet. Chair here is great. Don't sweat it. You're using a chair, so what? All right, come on up to the balls of the feet. Find your balance. So we want to strengthen the foundation in our feet. Foundation, everything that's good is built on a solid, strong foundation, right? And your body's no different. Your feet, start to work your feet and your ankles. Find strength here. Try to practice barefoot if you can, so you can really feel the muscles in your feet dig into the ground. All right, I'm gonna come back onto my heel. I'm gonna lift my toes up and give them a wiggle. All right, so play with it a little bit more. Maybe rock to the sides of your feet. Feel them. Maybe rock in a little bit, but just back and forth on the feet, on the toes. Now plant your feet solidly on the ground. Lift your arms up to that extended mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. You're going to do this a lot today. Pinky fingers, spiral them in a little bit. Lift out of your arms, but soften in the shoulders. Seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? But lengthen through your fingers and just let the shoulders be. You can put a bend in your elbows if that feels good. That's a fine modification. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. We'll be doing extended mountain a lot today in this practice. Let your arms float on down. Place your hands at your low back. Push your belly forward. Squeeze your elbows to the back of the room and look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or look directly overhead like a raindrop's gonna fall between your eyes. Hinge forward. Hinge forward. Let your arms hang toward the earth. You don't have to come very far. Maybe come farther. Maybe put a little bend in your knees. Hinge forward and breathe. Breathe in. Sigh it out. As you sigh it out, think of your belly just disappearing as your belly button goes back to your spine, allowing you to fold more deeply, perhaps bringing your torso to your thighs. Inhale, roll on up one vertebra at a time. Come on up to standing. Now take your hands, interlace them behind your low back. So your thumbs are pushed into your bottom. Shoulders and chest are nice and open. Face forward. Chest is open. Really feel strong in the arms here. Exhale, fold forward. Work your hands away from your low back as best you can. Work them up the back wall. Work them up toward the sky. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. Do what feels right. Inhale, rise on up to standing. Raise your arms on up to that extended mountain pose. Interlace your fingers, palms to the sky. Move your spine sideways. Sway like a palm tree. Breathe. All right, lateral flexion of your spine. So we've moved our spine in all those different planes of motion. It's never too late to become someone new. One practice at a time, one breath at a time. And think about all the actions you take, all the things you do are the accumulation of evidence of who you are. All right, let's finish up. Extended mountain pose, reach. Arms float down by your sides. Now we're gonna do some cross-body movements. Act like you're picking apples, reaching across your body, reach high like the apple's a little bit out of the way, and then do the other side. And do little toe taps on the leg that's on the same side as the reaching arm. So just cross-body movements, stretch it out. Oh, stretch it out, let it feel good. And then we'll finish here. Come back to standing. Now circle your arms to the back of the room. Maybe like you're doing a backstroke swimming. If that doesn't feel good in your shoulders, make it smaller. Just, little windmills of the arms. But you do what feels good. So doing that backstroke today, a little different. Usually we do the arms in synchronization with each other. So now we're backstroking. Let's take the swing of the arms forward to the front of your room. Get into the shoulders, and if you just like the way we normally do it, you can do that with the two arms together. All right, take your arms now, interlace your fingers, do a large figure 8 on its side, like an infinity symbol. Breathe. Let it go. Come into a chair pose. Bend your knees, just like you're going to sit back in a little chair. Sink the knees down, hands on your thighs or to your waist, whatever feels good, and just a couple little pulses here. Think of that chair being much lower down, and you want to scoot down just a little bit. Let the knees feel it, and then come on up to standing. Let's go back down again. Come onto a chair, little teeny pulses. We're going to do chair pose a lot. You know that pose when we reach the arms forward and send the weight back into the heels. We're going to do that. Come on up to standing one more time, and then bring your bottom down. Little teeny pulses. Wake up your knees. And then finish. Come on up to standing. Send your arms high up in that extended mountain pose. Lengthen up. And then soften up. Float your hands down to a prayer center position. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Maybe eyes are closed. Think about something positive about yourself. Fill in the blank. I am, fill in the blank. Make it super duper positive. Make it super duper happy. Make it something that makes you feel good. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it go. Arms float down by your sides. Big coat swing. Shoulders back and down, firmly rooted into your feet. Start to twist from side to side. Let your arms be heavy and let them sway and touch your hip and your backside. So you're doing a twist here, a nice controlled twist. That's all you want to do is twist. The arms aren't even thinking about anything. Twist. Twist, look over your shoulder. Twist, twist. Controlled twist. After this, we're going to do a ragdoll pose. We're going to do 2 ragdoll poses today, just because they feel so good on your low back. And I know some of you have told me that, my low back's hurting today. Well, we're going to work on that. Most people do develop low back pain. No fun. No fun. So ragdoll pose is a great pose in which to alleviate some of that discomfort. All right, so you're warming up here. Don't neglect this twist. Keep at it. Your body's just realizing, hey, I'm going to be moving and it's all good. Let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Here's your ragdoll pose. Here's a little different variation. All right, here's the classic one. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Hinge forward. Your feet are about hip width distance apart. Your hands are down here so you can measure. You could take 2 fists, and that's about what should fit between your feet. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. A little bend in your knees might feel super good. You just think about what you're feeling in your body right now. It should be a nice decompression and stretch of your low back. Let your chin be tucked and your gaze be back towards your knees. I'm going to release my hands to the mat, just a little different variation. And think of your fingers like spiders, and spider walk them to one side and then spider walk them to the other. So maybe you like doing that today, just something a little different. Maybe your eyes are closed, kind of checking out your balance. You do what feels super good for you today. Always do the variations that feel good for you. All right, you got your positive thought in your mind, that little mantra. I hope you haven't forgotten it already. I am something positive. Hold on to that thought. And let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Fingers released to your mat. Let's come on down to your knees and take a child's pose. All right, a couple variations of child's pose. Put your knees together, big toes touching. You can use a block or 2 or however many you want to come on down. Bring your head to the block, arms down by your sides, shoulders away from the ears, palms up as your fingertips reach to the bottom of your mat. You can use a block or no block at all. This is your opportunity to just talk to yourself a little bit here. I'm going to take a variation. The variation I'm going to take is knees spread wide, big toes touch, hips back to the heels, arms reach long to the top of the mat. Head down to a block or your mat. And if you're in a chair, that's a good option too. You would just fold your torso forward and let your chest rest on your thighs. You can grab onto your chair with your hands and pull a little bit. Grab onto the legs of the chair and pull and just be. This is your child's pose, Ananda Balasana. Here's the deal. In your child's pose, what you want to do here is lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the crown of your head. Tailbone goes to the back of the room, crown of the head to the front. You can massage your forehead into your mat a little bit. That feels good. Yoga should be a no stress zone. None of this should be intimidating.
You're just searching and finding what feels good for you. My arms are reaching long to the top of the mat. I'm feeling the stretch in my armpits. If it's a little too much, put a little bend in your elbows. Deep breath in through your nose. Big sighing breath out through your mouth. Now engage a special type of breathing called Ujjayi Pranayama breath. What that breathing does is it helps build heat in your body and it helps you focus inward on your breath. So listen to the sound of your breath in your throat with your lips closed. You sound like Darth Vader or the waves of the ocean. Just focus on you. Your here and now, your time on the mat. Feel what you feel in your body. Let the thoughts go and just let your body move. Anytime you want, come back to your child's pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's go into a sun salutation A. Let's do that by sliding our hands under our shoulders. And you don't have to do it. If you don't want to do it, stay in your child's pose. Maybe stay in your child's pose for the whole practice. Good on you. Tuck the toes to the shins. Rise on up. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Take an extended mountain pose. Lengthen up here, extended mountain. Big breath in. And big breath out. Hands to prayer center. Remember that mantra, I am... fill in the blank. Think of it. Hands are at prayer center. Think of your mantra. Fold forward. We're going to do a ragdoll right here, right now. Arms down to your mat or hands to opposite elbows. Feet about hip width distance apart. Sway gently from side to side. You do what feels right for you. I promised 2 ragdolls. Here you go. Maybe fingers, spider walk. The hands from side to side. Whatever feels good. Loosen up that low back. When you're ready, roll on up, chin tucked to your chest, vertebra stack, 1 vertebra at a time, just like Lego blocks. Inhale, arms reach up, extended mountain. Spiral the pinkies in, relax through the shoulders. Take a breath in and a breath out. Hands to prayer center, fold forward. Here's something different. All right, now we're going to rise on up. We're going to create a flat back. Hands to your shins, your knees, your thighs, whatever it takes to have your back nice and flat like a tabletop. Lengthen through the crown of your head and your tailbone goes in the opposite direction. There's your tabletop. We'll come back to this a lot. Think of putting a cup of coffee on that tabletop. You don't want it to fall over. You want it nice and straight and flat and strong. Squeeze your shoulders to your spine. You've got a strong back. Tabletop. Now let's fold forward as we exhale, bring our hands down to our mat and do a Chaturanga Dandasana. I'll do a modification first. You could take it on your knees. Hinge your weight forward. As you exhale, lower down, hugging the elbows in for like a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can stay on your knees with your legs long. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes to your shins, send your hips high to the sky and pedal it out. Feet are hip width distance like they are in ragdoll. Hands are shoulder width distance. Neck is loose. Crown of your head is to the earth. Pedal it out. Think of your tailbone going higher up to the sky. I like that cue because you can do it and you can feel it. All right, breathe here. Your body looks like an inverted V. Still your feet. Let's run through this again. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Reach, stretch. Exhale, hands to prayer center, fold forward, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands come down, Chaturanga Dandasana. In its traditional sense, that would be a high plank, shoulders over wrists, high plank. Lower down to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat. Be elevated in the knees, or if you want, modification. Lower down onto the knees. Upward facing dog. Flip your back feet. Let's go to a downward facing dog. Tailbone high, neck is loose, shake it out. One more time for this. Take the modifications that work for you. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. I told you we'd do it a lot. Come on up. Here we go. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, your variation, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pedal and breathe and shake your neck. There's your Sun A. Let's do Sun B. Feet walk to hands, hands walk to feet, whichever feels right for you. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain stretch. Take it to chair. We warmed up with this. Bend your knees. Arms reach forward as a counterbalance as you sink the weight into your heels. Arms reach, chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, settle in. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, settle in. Inhale, lengthen. This time, hands to prayer center. Knees straighten, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands down on your mat. Walk them forward. Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. High plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out and enjoy this pose. Enjoy the loosening of the hips. Enjoy the stretching of the backs of the legs, the calves, the hamstrings, even the Achilles tendon. Shake your neck. Start with the right leg. Let's kick it high to the sky. Sweep it through to a low lunge. Bring the right foot in between the two front hands. Inhale, rise up to standing. Plant your back foot. Right foot is pointing forward. Back foot is at a 45 or 90 degree angle. The thing is with the back foot, have it down on the ground. You want to be really stable. You don't want to be up on the toes back there. Bend the right knee. So the right knee is over the right ankle. Hips, kind of turn them so they're facing the front of the room. Arms tee out. Lengthen up through your spine. And settle in, soften in the shoulders. Think of squeezing the mat good and tight. Look to the right, reach to the right, tick-tock the arms, 6 and 12. Right arm goes down, left arm goes up. You can check out your right knee, should be over the ankle. Then turn your head and look up to your arm that's rising up to the sky. The left arm, look up, breathe, settle in. Now, let's do a reverse warrior. Come on up to standing. Shoulders over hips, right arm goes high, left arm goes down your back leg. Look up to your right hand, breathe. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands surround that right foot, just like how we started. Turn your back foot so all 10 toes are pointing forward. Send your right foot back to meet the left, high plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out and breathe. Left leg kicks high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Rise on up, plant the feet. Tee out the arms, sink low. Squeeze that mat together, good and strong. Turn your neck to the left. Maybe the left toes go more to the top of the mat too, to work your left thigh more parallel to the earth. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Look up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm high, look up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot goes back to meet the right. High plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high, pedal. Inhale, walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Exhale, big fold. Inhale, rise up, tabletop. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain, lengthen up. Take a chair pose, bend the knees. Arms are your counterbalance here. Find your strength. Reach. You could be seated in a chair literally. Turning your cheeks, your bottom cheeks in both directions for your warriors. Totally fine. Lengthen up and settle in. Hold here, thighs are strong. Hands to prayer center, straighten the legs, fold in half. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down, walk them forward, take your Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Sweep it through to your low lunge. Bring the right foot between the two front hands. Rise on up,
plant the feet, tee out the arms, sink on down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, settle. Turn to the right, reach to the right. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Push the inner right thigh open. Left arm goes high, right arm goes low. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm up, left arm down. Take and reach back a little bit on this one. And then cartwheel your arms. Surround the right front foot. Turn the back toes. Right foot goes back to meet the left. High plank, low plank. Upward facing dog. Chest shines forward, knees lifted or not. Downward facing dog, hips are high, pedal it out, pedal it out. Stretch out the feet, you got it. All right, now it's the left side's turn. Kick your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Rise on up, feet plant, arms tee out, settle in. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Settle in, look to the left, reach to the left. Tick-tock, 6 and 12, look up. Maybe reach forward here. Reverse warrior, right arm slides down, left arm goes up. Maybe that arm reaches to the back a little bit. Keep your low body nice and low, as if it were in cement. When you're ready, cartwheel the arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot goes back to meet the right, high plank, low plank. Take it on your knees if you want. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal and breathe. Shake your neck. You got it. Hinge forward, shoulders over wrists, bear plank or crouching panther. Let the knees hover above the earth. Hold it here. Stay strong. Your core is strong. You got it. Let's finish. Come on down to your knees. Grab a drink. I'm going to sit on my heels to stretch out my quads. This is a little bit of a thunderbolt pose. All right, so that was your sun A, that was your sun B. How's your breathing? I bet you're breathing pretty heavily, right? Grab a drink. All right, so deep breaths. That was your warm-up. That's intense. Sun salutations are strong. That plank pose, those Chaturanga Dandasanas, really, really encourage strength. And we practice that every single day by usually holding a plank for about a minute or so, or however long you want. You gotta keep trying, you gotta keep coming back. If you wanna get stronger, you wanna get more flexible, you wanna get more mobile. It doesn't just happen, you gotta work it. All right, you know that, sorry, it's the truth. All right, come on down to your bottom. We're gonna do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups, bicycle, and boat. If you wanna use the strap for your boat pose, go for it. Some days we do that. Today I don't. All right, so soles of your feet touch, knees open wide, hands to prayer center. Tell yourself that good thing about you. Maybe nobody else will today, so you need to take care of you. Tell yourself something positive. I am strong. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come on back all the way to recline. Take it slowly. Let this be one of your little metrics. See how slowly you can take it. You know, sometimes you get to a point where then you clunk down. You know, maybe, but your core is strong. So let's try to take it down in equal time. Come all the way down. Once you're down, maybe you bring your heels closer to your groin or not. Knees open wide. Maybe this is where you stay today. It's okay. If you want to stay here, give yourself permission. Bend your elbows, fingertips lightly to your temples, elbows down toward the earth. Feel the opening in the chest and in those adductor muscles, the inside the thighs. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Maybe sigh it out. Let some of that pressure go from doing your sun A and sun B. When you're ready, exhale. Let your chin lift up to the sky and then come on down. Lift and lower in the chin. Keep your neck straight and in line with your spine. Maybe the shoulder blades come up off the ground. Just think of a string on your chin, pulling up to the sky. This is said to work your low abs. You can certainly feel it low in your belly. Lift and lower in your Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Breathe, breathe. All right, let's come on down. Now let's take your bicycle pose. All right, so legs, bring them together so the knees touch, and then spread them apart a little bit. Soles of your feet are on your mat. You can stay right here, put your fingers back at your temples, lift your shoulders up, and work opposite elbow toward opposite knee. Maybe that's what speaks to you right here, right now. I'm gonna come on down. I'm gonna lift my legs up, knees over my hips, toes drawn toward the shins. Hands can be on your hips or back to your temples. Ride a recumbent bicycle, drive through your heels. A good thing about this pose is you can really feel what it feels like to have your tailbone planted on the mat, because your back feels nice and flat in the low back there. So pedal it out here. Maybe you put it all together, lifting the shoulders and working opposite elbow toward opposite knee as your legs are doing the same thing, pressing out and pulling in. Maybe straighten your legs and scissor kick them. Maybe you like that. Nice little variation, something different. Try it on for size. All right, after you're finished with your scissor kick, or your bicycle reclined, or whatever variation you like, let's send our legs long as you lie down on your mat and take a stick pose. Reach your fingers long to the top of the mat, point your toes to the bottom. Feel the mobility in your shoulders. We did a nice warm up today, so maybe this feels all right in your shoulders. Feel the hip flexors, the front of your hips, getting that nice stretch as you point your toes. Let's do boat pose now. Bend your knees, take your strap if you want to use it under the center of your feet, or take your hands behind your thighs. Now we're going to rock on our spine. Now if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, you know you shouldn't do this. Check with your doctor first and see what they say. So I'm going to rock back and forth a couple of times. And then come on up to a seated position. When you're seated, lean on back. Shoulders are back and down, not rounded shoulders. Shoulders are back and down. Lean on back, little to no weight in your heels. Maybe lift one foot or the other. Maybe straighten the legs or not. You decide what works. Maybe a little bend in the knees feels good. Maybe you can release your hands and reach your hands forward, or a little higher, higher, higher to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or higher still. Hold on here, feel your core. Bring your hands to prayer center. Perhaps a little bend in your knees feels good. Then row your boat. Dip one elbow, then the other, side to side in your room. Remember to breathe and enjoy your boat pose. Put a smile on your face because you're doing it. You're doing it. You're becoming what you want to become. Let's finish. Come back to center. Hug your shins in. Hug your heels towards your bottom. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Maybe tuck your chin to your chest and your forehead towards your knees. Maybe bend your toes and pop on up to your toes, or find balance here. Take the weight out of the toes. Hold on here. Balancing poses can be standing. They can be seated. Circle your ankles in one way, then circle them in the other way. Plant your feet down. Maybe crisscross the ankles. Let's go into a downward facing dog. Once in your downward facing dog, we're gonna do a lunge. All right, so down dog, we've done this a lot. Shoulders and feet away, hip width distance, shoulder width distance, heels slightly elevated, pedal. Still the feet, tailbone high to the sky. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Right leg kicks high to the sky. Sweep it through to a low lunge. So I'm gonna sweep it around. I'm gonna bring the right foot in between the two front hands. I'm gonna rise on up to a standing position. All 10 toes are pointing forward this time. Back heel is lifted. Bend into the right knee, bringing the right knee over the right ankle. Bend your left knee too. We're gonna do a lunge. All right, so you're in a lunge now, right? If the balance is kind of off, have a chair nearby or widen your stance. Like think of your feet being on like railroad tracks. That'll make you more stable. All right, sink a little bit lower. Maybe sink even lower. Maybe sink so low that you come all the way down to your knee. Totally fine if you want to. It makes you more stable. I'm gonna bring my hands to prayer center and hold on here with my knee slightly lifted. I'm gonna bring my arms on up high to the sky, take a baby back bend. Ooh, that challenges your balance. Hands to prayer center. I'm gonna take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and keep my hands glued together. I'm gonna stack my hands and stack my elbows. I'm looking down at my right toes. I'm gonna put more of a bend in my back knee. I'm gonna take an inhale as I imagine my spine lengthening. And as I exhale, I'm gonna do that twist. Aren't you glad you did your big coat swing? Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist, maybe look at your hands. Inhale, lengthen, maybe twist, look up to your elbow. Spine is nice and straight, breathe, you got it. Once here, let's come back to center. Hands at prayer center. Come down to that back knee if you're not already there. Oh, I'm thankful for coming down to that back knee. Send the top of your back foot onto the mat. Hands in between your right foot. Wiggle your right toes up, up, up to the top right corner of your mat. Yesterday we did a lizard lunge where we kept the foot underneath the knee. This is our usual little runner's lunge where we wiggle the toes to the top right corner. Left leg goes long and straight on your mat. Maybe put a towel under your knee. Hands come down nice and flat onto the mat. Open up your pinky toe to the side, or open up the side of your foot with the pinky toe. Open it up so you can see the sole of your foot here. Don't like it? Keep it planted. All right, maybe you press into a block underneath your hands. Maybe you take that block and push your forearms into it. Breathe here, find length in your spine and opening in your hips. You could also drop down to a half block or all the way down to the mat. Let's come out of it now. We move quickly in this practice. Place your hands onto the mat. Take your right foot and slide it on back to meet the left. Let's take a side plank. You could stay on your bottom knee, shoulder over wrist, right arm lifts. That top leg, you can straighten it and send it long. Other options, legs stay straight and kind of kickstanded, or stack your elbows, shoulder over wrist, right arm goes high, hips stay lifted, look up to your hand. There's your suns come down. Come back to your down dog. Pedal it out. Left leg kicks high to the sky. Sweep it through to your low lunge. As you do this, rise on up to a standing position. Back heel is lifted. Bend in to what you got. Left knee over left ankle. Keep that bend going. Oh my goodness, that ground is far away, isn't it? Here's a little tip. Should have told you this on the other side too. But you could always use your block, bring it under that back knee. Oh, that feels nice. You might want to try that. All right, if you want to challenge your balance, stay up there. Hands to prayer center. Sweep the arms up. Extended mountain arms. Take a baby back bend. Reach back. Hands to prayer center. Hold it here. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands stack, elbows stack. Lengthen up, then twist. Lengthen and twist. Lengthen and twist. Lengthen and twist. Finish. Hands back to prayer center. Hands inside the left foot. Back knee comes down if it's not already there. If you got the block, remove it and come down to the earth. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle the left toes to the top left corner of your mat. Stretch it out here. Hands in between. There's hands inside the left foot. Right leg goes long and straight, top of the foot on the mat. Open up the left foot onto the pinky toe side. Press into your hands or your block or your forearms onto the block, or elbows down, forearms down on the earth. Stretch, feel that in your hip. Oh yeah. Press into your hands, straighten the arms. Send your left leg back to meet the right. Take your variation of side plank that you like. Right knee can be down, left arm lifts. Try to really look up to the hands. I'm going to take a side plank to its fullest expression. Elbow or ankles zipped up, right shoulder over right wrist, left arm lifts, look up. Hold it, lift your hips a little higher. You got it. Finish. Hands come down, pedal it out, and breathe. When you're ready, Chaturanga Dandasana if you want. You can stay right here in down dog if you like. I'm gonna hinge forward, high plank. Chest comes down, low plank. Press the earth away, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Pedal, breathe, shake your neck. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arms sweep up. Let's do some balancing. All right, arms are lifted, extended mountain. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, let it go. Hands to prayer center. Your mantra. What is it? What was it? Speak it. Speak it. Believe it. It's all true. It's all real. Breathe in. Breathe out. You got it. Tree pose. Have your chair nearby if you want. Root into one foot. Open up the other to the side. Place the heel inside the ankle or higher or higher or higher, but just not on the knee. Don't want to put the foot onto the knee. Find your balance here. Press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Hips and shoulders equidistant to the front of the room. Hands to prayer center if you like, or that chair. Use a branch or use a branch. Grow your arm. Grow a branch. Lift your arms. Sway your arms. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Press the leg into the foot, and then press the foot into the leg. Keeps you strong. All right, from this tree pose, let's bring our hands back to prayer center. Don't put that foot down yet. Turn the leg so the knee is to the front of the room and your right thigh is parallel to the earth. There you go. Let's lift our arm up. Take that one-legged mountain pose. Stretch, reach, find length. Warrior 3. Big step out with the right foot. You're almost there already. Hands to prayer center. Hinge forward. Little to no weight in the back foot. You could have that chair nearby. You could put your hands on the chair. I'm gonna lift the back leg up. Hands can be on your hips or arms reach long to the front of your room. Dial your left hip down. Find your balance here. Stretch and reach. You look like a capital letter T. Hands back to prayer center or hips. Left foot meets right. Stand on up. Hands to prayer center. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Take a little back bend. Hips come forward. Arms go to the back. Chin goes up. Gaze goes up. Inhale back to center. Hands float down. Prayer center. Mantra time. Root into the opposite foot. As you've rooted into the opposite foot, open up the knee. Slip the foot up to wherever you like. Doesn't have to go super high. You hold on to that chair. It's all good. Do what's right for you. If you fall out, don't quit. Get back in. Bring the foot to wherever you like, but remember, skip over the knee. Just common sense. Knees don't bend that way or shouldn't bend that way. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up. Be still. Focus. Grow your branches. Sway your branches if you like. Focus, focus, focus. You got it. Stay strong. Hands back to prayer center. Remove the foot from the leg, but don't put the foot down. Try to stay balanced. Bring the knee to about hip height. We're going to come into that one-legged mountain. Arms are lifted, high to the sky. Hold on. You've got it. You've balanced longer than this before. Stretch, reach. Warrior 3. Step out, a big step with your left foot. Same thing, just the other side. Hands to your hips or on the back of your chair. Lift the back leg up. However feels comfortable for you. I'm going to place my arms forward as if they were on that chair. Lift the back leg, stretch through the arms, come into a capital letter T shape. Hold on and finish. Hands come back to your hips with control. Right leg meets left. When you're ready, arms sweep up, extended mountain. We're going to do a dancer pose next. Circle the back, the right arm, back, back, back. Remember, like with the windmill? But left arm is reached high to the sky. Right arm is sweeping back. Put the weight in your left foot. Reach around with all 5 fingers. Capture the inside of your right foot. Bring your knees back together. Stretch and find length here through the left fingers. Hold on. You don't even think about your balance here. All right, you're hold on to that foot. Kick hard into the back right hand. Hinge forward as a counterbalance like chair is with the arms. Kick into your back hand. Reach far with your right hand. Kick to the back, kick up to the skies, take it as far as feels right. And then finish. Right foot floats down, both arms go up, extended mountain, heart rate's going, this is all good. Start to sweep the left arm, back and around. You know, you can still have that chair there in front of you and you're aiming for it. I'm gonna root into my right foot now, reach all 5 fingers inside my left foot, lengthen up, knees together at the midline, lengthen up, and then kick, kick. Kick harder, it helps you balance. Gaze forward, reach your arm, kick back, kick up, and then finish. Foot meets foot, hands back to prayer center. Take a breath here. I'm gonna say hi to Diane, Marietta, Stan. You guys are getting snow. Lynn, how are you? Tammy, I know you got lots of snow. Tyrone, how are you? Kelly, Rena, Yvette, Nancy, Nina, Stephen, how are you? Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, let it go. All right, so you did balancing. You did some great stuff with your tree, your warrior 3, your dancer. Let's do another one, eagle pose, Garandasana. Seated in the chair, this is a piece of cake. Bend your knees. Chair pose, remember? Arms go forward. Don't like the forward arms, hands to opposite shoulders. Breathe. Sweep one arm under the other, palms touch, elbows squeeze down as you look over your fingertips. You can stay right here and just do the upper body. Feel the strength in the shoulders. I'm gonna take the weight out of my right foot. I'm gonna cross my right leg over my left. Top of my right foot is gonna go behind my left calf. I'm gonna sink low here and breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice tight squeeze, big compression of all the major joints. Supposed to help with the release of the synovial fluid to make the knees, the elbows, all the joints feel better. Squeeze, finish, release. Right foot down, arms sweep up, let everything go. Take a baby back bend. Arms go back up to the sky, repeat on the other side. Bend in the knees, reach to the arms, sink on down. Take the arm variation that you prefer. And this time I'm gonna sweep my left arm under my right. I'm gonna bring my palms to touch. You know, you could also give yourself a big hug. That's a good way to do this too. You do what you can with what you got. Who's perfect? Nobody's perfect. Sink on down, elbows down, look over your fingertips. This time the left leg lifts, cross it over. Maybe that's where you stay, life is good. I'm gonna bring the top of the left foot behind the right calf. I'm gonna sink low, shoulders back a little more over my hips, squeezing the elbows down and tighten it up through the knees. Nice tight squeeze. I'm gonna finish, left foot down. Arms go up, let it go, extended mountain. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out as the hands float down and you fold forward. Fingers toward the earth, gaze back towards your belly button, shake your neck, let it be loose. When you're ready, rise on up to extended mountain. When you're ready, take a big step out with your right foot. Come on down, hands to prayer center, let the back knee come down. Hands surround the right front foot, different way, we're going into half pigeon. Let your left leg go long on your mat. Grab a block. Bring your knee, your right knee down to the mat. So you're going to work your right knee towards your right wrist. The block you're going to put under your right glutes as we come into this half pigeon pose. Left leg is long. Press into your hands, slip on down to your forearms, maybe to another block that you have here, or maybe to your hands. In this pose, come back to your breath. Left leg is long and straight. You're feeling a great stretch in your right hip. As you come back to your breath, taking deep breaths in and deep breaths out, let the exhale soften your shoulders. Take another deep inhale, and on this exhale, send the breath to your hips. I know that sounds a little wonky, but think of extra space in your hips. Let the tension go there. This is your half pigeon pose. We take this pose for a longer period of time on Thursdays and Sundays. It feels really, really good in the hips. Now we're gonna come out of it here. Press into your hands. Tuck your back left toes. Remove the block and put it on the other side, because we're gonna do the other side next. Send your right leg high up to the sky. Shake it out in a three-legged down dog. Both feet meet on the mat. Pedal it out. Shake your neck. Kick your left leg high. Sweep it through to your half pigeon on this side. Left knee, left wrist. Right leg long and straight, top of the foot on your mat. Work your left foot a little more parallel to the top of your mat. Hips are equidistant. Play with your hips a little bit. Lean out of them, lean into them. See what I mean? Why I like to keep that block under the bent leg side. It keeps your hips equidistant, so you feel that nice stretch longer. Bring your forearms down to the mat. Head rests, deep breath in. Breath out to the shoulders. Deep breath in, find your strength. Deep breath out to loosen in the hips. Right about now, you can probably see how this would feel really, really good to stay in for a long period of time. The getting here is the challenge. The staying becomes really, really wonderful. Time to come out of it. Press into your hands. Remove your block. Tuck your back right toes under. Send the left leg back and shake it out in a three-legged downward facing dog. Great pose for your hips. Come back to a natural downward facing dog. Heels lifted, pedal. Let's do a couple spine strengthening poses.
Hinge forward, high plank. You're gonna come all the way down, so practice this, like going into a low plank. Hug your elbows in, come all the way down to the earth. There you go, onto your belly. Hands are right where they need to be. We're gonna do Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Zip up your legs, press the tops of your feet into your mat. Lengthen up through your spine, and exhale. On the next inhale, as you lengthen, lift your shoulders up a little higher. Have little weight or no weight in your hands. Imagine squeezing your elbows towards your shoulders, then squeeze your elbows down towards your feet. Lift, finish, come down. Turn your head so your left cheek is on the mat. Arms down by your sides, shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, come back, chin to the center. Floor bow pose, Dhanurasana. Bend your knees, reach your hands around and capture your ankles. Can't reach them? Don't sweat it, just kind of kick yourself in the bottom. All right, reach the outside of your ankles. Bring your knees together at the midline. Hold on to your feet, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, kick hard. Kick hard into your back hands, come up onto your pelvis, let your chest lift, breathe. Come down, legs come down, arms go down. Turn your head, right cheek on the mat. So we're working the neck, having the earth help us turn this neck. Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. Chin back to center, hands underneath your collarbones. Press on up through seal pose. Arms are straight. Feel the compression in your low back. Now come on up to standing on your knees. Take your block, place it between your ankles, give it a good tight squeeze. Place your hands on your low back as if they're going into pockets of your jeans. Send your elbows back, look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, maybe look up overhead. Take it deeper if you wish and reach for the block or reach for your heels. Take a deep breath in, look to the back of your room, breathe in. And when you're ready, come on up. Shoulders over your hips. Remove this block. Come on down. Put your eye shade and towel up near your shoulders. That's a good sign. You know we're coming to an end. All right, legs go long on your mat. Arms go high to the sky. Exhale, reach forward. Draw your toes more to your shins. Feel your calves in the earth. Reach. Find your toes or your shins. Whatever you can find it, and then hinge forward. Look down to your knees, grabbing into the legs, fold. Inhale, rise up, spread your legs wide. Walk your hands in between. Wide-legged forward fold. Gaze down, breathe, maybe reach a little farther, breathe. Walk the hands back towards your groin. Bring your legs back to the midline, hands to prayer center, mantra time, lengthen up. Exhale, come on down. Come on down to your mat. All the way down on your back, we'll do a bridge pose. Arms down by your sides, legs bend, hips go high. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine, lift out of your hips, arms down by your sides, or interlace your fingers. Push your pinkies down into the mat, lift out of the hips. Release your hands down by your sides. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Left leg long on your mat. Calf on the mat, toes to the shin. Bend the right knee. Interlace fingers again. Hug the knee in. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of your body as you roll onto your left hip. Keep your right shoulder down. That's more important than deepening this twist. Tee out your right arm. Let gravity work with you to keep the shoulder down. Look to the right, supine twist. Other side. Bring your hip down, bring your gaze up to the sky, hug the knee in, circle the ankles a little bit, right leg down. Other side, left leg lifts, hug it in. When you're ready, right hand guides the left knee across the midline of the body. Tee out the left arm and look left. Twist. Left hip down, gaze up to the sky, hug the knee in and circle the ankles. Left leg goes long on your mat. Arms come down by your sides, palms face up. Let your feet, heels, come to the edges of your mat. Find your eye shade or your towel. Cover up the eyes, block out the world. Breathe in, breathe out, sigh it out. Soften the area between your eyebrows. There's always room to soften there. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Shoulders away from the ears and pinky toes falling toward the edges of your mat.
Deep inhales. And deep, slow exhales. If you have your remote nearby, you can push pause and stay here longer. Great pose in which to stay for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Just get back into your breath. Keep the thoughts at bay and just focus on the breathing. So important, your breath. And when it's time for you to resume your practice, just hit play again and take a deep breath in. And a big sighing breath out. Wiggle your fingers and toes, then circle your ankles and wrists around. Inhale, reach high up overhead. Take a big good morning stretch as if it were the first stretch of your day. Exhale, bend your knees and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Enjoy the getting here. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head, top shoulder soft. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slowly make your way up to a seated position. Eyes can be opened or closed. Use your hands or don't. And sit. However feels good for you right now. Bring your hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And exhale. Soften. Release any tension. You've got it. Your breath can do wonderful things for you. Use it. Open your eyes. There you go. You did it. 1 hour long yoga practice. This is probably our hardest practice of the week. But, you modify it. You make it work for you. That's the ticket. All right, you took a stress number in the beginning. What was it? What is it? Most excellent. I'm glad it's down. So remember, when you own your breath, nobody can steal your peace. Breathe deeply today. Enjoy, and we'll see you on your mats for another yoga practice tomorrow. It's all good. Think I get to do my yoga. Have a good day, everybody. Love you. Goodbye. Hello. You're a good girl. See ya. Good girl. You're still here, and I'm really glad for that. Keep this in mind. The path is made through repetition. Keep showing up, and good things will happen. You know that. I'm glad that you're still sticking around. Tell your friends what the yoga's doing for you. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody on Facebook and YouTube, and they can join in anytime from the privacy of their own home. Tell them about our practice, please. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stay on your path, enjoy your yoga, and have a great rest of your day. See you on your mats tomorrow.